Hey guys, I'm Brittany, this is the Never-ending Reader, and 'tis the season for Spook-a-thon. I am very clearly super pumped. I have taken part of this readathon every single year that it's happened. I think this is year 3, and I took part when I was just a lonely little person, not on BookTube for the past 2 years, and I am so excited to finally do this when I have my own channel because I love spooky reads. So if you guys don't know, Spook-a-thon is hosted by Kayla at Books and Lala, Shannon, I believe her channel is called Bookerly, and then this year Peter Mon is hosting, who I stan super hard, obviously. I live for the drama channels. So, and I believe Peter's channel for books is Peter Likes Books. So this Spook-a-thon readathon is taking place Monday for 7 days. So like the 15th through what, the 22nd? I would have to double check those dates, but it is starting tomorrow and there are 5 challenges. So let's jump into the challenges. So the first Spook-a-thon challenge is to read a thriller. I'm pretty sure they've done this every year because Spook-a-thon is like basically made because of their love of thrillers. So the first thing I'm going to read is You by Caroline Kepnes. I've seen a lot of people talking about this and I have yet to get to it, but I believe it is about a man who is stalking a woman and it's like very obsessive and scary, and this one is pretty large. I believe it's like 400 pages. Yeah, it's over 400 pages, so this will probably take me a lot of the week to get through, maybe 2 or 3 days. So yeah, this is like top priority for me. The second challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover, and for this I'm going to be reading the group book, which is Toil and Trouble. It is an anthology of women in witchcraft, and I don't have it with me. Obviously I'm not holding anything up, but I have an arc of it on my phone, on my Kindle app that I have yet to read yet. Please don't tell NetGalley, but I'm going to be reading that as the group book, and hopefully that's pretty good. I did read like half of the first story a month ago, I think, and I wasn't loving it, and that's kind of why I didn't get the arc done on time. So hopefully that's not like the tone of the whole anthology. The third challenge is to read a book that is not set in your current time period, and for this I'm going with a classic. This is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I have never read this, and I am very, very excited because one of the things I wanted to do this Halloween was to read books, like old horror books, so like Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dracula, things like that. And the only one that I actually own a copy of right now is Frankenstein, so I am going to be reading this, and I'm actually really excited because I've read a bit about Mary Shelley's life. I believe the author Mackenzie Lee, I think that's who did it, has a whole thread on Twitter about Frankenstein and Mary Shelley and who she was, and she was just like the best, so I'm very excited to read this. The fourth challenge is to read a book with a spooky word in the title, and for this I am going with The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I've heard a lot of things about this. I'm sure you guys have too. All I know is that it's about a boy who is being raised by ghosts and he lives in a graveyard. Neil Gaiman is kind of like a staple in the BookTube community, and I'm really excited to read this. It also has pictures in it, so surprise, the next challenge is to read a book with pictures inside of it. So I could double up on this for that second challenge there. Also, it probably could have fit into the category of having purple on the cover because that's kind of like purpley up here. But I'm not going to double up on that because I also want to get to Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So it's like a little comic book. It's not so much a graphic novel, I don't believe. And I've been really wanting to get to this for a while, mostly because I read Pride and Prejudice like a long time ago, many, many years, and I don't remember anything, but everyone's always obsessed with it, and I'm like, oh, it didn't really stick with me. I mean, I read it 5 or 6 years ago, and I can't remember anything except kind of the whole atmosphere of it, like where they were and like what they wore and stuff like that, but I can't remember the storyline. So maybe this will be an interesting take on the Pride and Prejudice story, and I can't really judge whether it's good or not because I don't remember anything about the original, but I do like that cover. It's pretty scary. I love a good zombie. And yeah, we will see if this is any good. So that is my whole Spook-a-thon TBR. I am just thrilled to be doing this. It is my favorite time of year. I've already said that, but I do not care about Christmas. I don't care about any other holiday. Halloween is my time. I'm thriving. I'm living. So yeah, Spook-a-thon, any October readathon will forever be my favorite thing in the world. Next week after this, I'm going to be doing Spooktober, so stay tuned for a TBR for that because I think that one will be pretty interesting. If you guys go check out the Spooktober videos for the challenges, I think they're really cool. So that is it for this TBR video, and I will see you again when I am done reading all these books.